Hello everybody. This evening I'm going to be doing some target practice out of a tree in the backyard, out of my saddle. This is not the saddle that I hunt out of. This is a used saddle I got it off of Facebook. I don't guess it was Facebook Marketplace. It was Saddle Hunter group or something like that. But anyhow, it's a used saddle that I got off of there just for the sole purpose of so I could practice out of it, and so I could I wouldn't be scenting up my other saddle that I keep, scent free the best I can, the saddle that I hunt out of. And this is really the first year that I have made it a point to target practice every day out of the saddle, out of a tree, elevated the same height I'd be hunting. And I can say already it's made a difference when, usually in the year it takes a deer or two, them first 2 or 3 does to get sharpened up on actually hitting stuff really, so where I start making good shots, really good shots out of the tree, which is not all that ethical, which I think I lost. Well, I did lose one deer last year. I did. It's like the 3rd deer I shot, close range, straight gut shot. Could not find it. But so hoping that does not happen this year for this practice. Which the problem I've had, it's easier to shoot out of the saddle for me than a tree stand, except for very close shots. And I do make shots regularly, where the deer is 6-8 feet from the tree I'm in. And I know people say you can't get a double lung shot at that distance, but because you're shooting straight down on the deer, but you can always get a heart shot, and heart's a pretty good target at that closer range, and that's just enough distance from the tree that the spine is out of the way. And the only shot I won't take is directly under me, like right against the tree that I'm in, because you have a choice to either spine shoot the thing or take out the left or right lung. And I did do that one time. Just said, well, I'll take out the left lung, no problem. It's expandable, pretty good cutting diameter head. And that was like right at dark, and it was probably 11:30 when I found that deer. It went forever and ever, just one lung hit. But I've shot a lot of deer right, like I say, 5 feet out, right under me, no problem. Usually, kill them within sight. But talking too long. But this side is the arrow hunter, arrow like that. And what I say about that is, if you're thinking about getting into hunting out of a saddle, don't give up on it just because you try a saddle out and you're just like, this is way uncomfortable and not for me. Because had I got this saddle been probably my first saddle that I hunted out of, I probably wouldn't have stuck with it, because this thing is almost unbearable just in the time that I spend up in this tree target practicing, shooting 7 or 8 arrows. It's very uncomfortable riding up my back. I feel like I'm slipping out of it the whole time I'm up there. And to which my other one, by Tethered, I think it's a Phantom is the name of it. That's the saddle I've always hunted out of for the last 3 seasons, I think, maybe 2 seasons. But anyhow, you know, last season I spent from dark to dark in the thing, no problem. Probably more comfortable than when I've done that out of a tree stand. And it's a very comfortable saddle to me. So maybe this one works for other people, but I'll say that had I not looked up on it and got this thing, I probably would have said saddle hunting is not for me. And plus, it makes a big difference how high or low, you know, where you put your, I guess you call it your tether, that you're actually hanging from the saddle. Makes a big difference to find that sweet spot that fits, you know, works for you best. So it's took me a while for, I think now when I stand on my steps, like I put it eyeball level, is, you know, where I put my loop, and that is really comfortable, which you can change that as you're hunting and change the, you know, the pressure points that you know, where you feel on your saddle. But I really like hunting out of a saddle, but I would not hunt out of this thing. So just a target practice saddle. So let's get to it. Whatever head mount on, there's the target I'm gonna shoot, and my tree that I'm gonna shoot out of is this poplar right there, and that is it's probably, I'd say 18 yards. I've not checked it really. I know it's under 20, so that's all I need to know. But that's why I say that I need to do practice. Yeah, that's probably 20, as they say, as the crow flies. But that's why I say I need to do more practice out of a tree, because when you get up here, most people know it looks like it's 30 yards. It looks like a long distance, and would really mess me up. I'm so grateful we have the laser rangefinders we do now with that does the trigonometry, I believe that's the right word, trigonometry, for the angles, that does the true distance for us now. But shooting a Hoyt RX7 all carbon bow, and I have to say, of the, how many years, 32 years I've been shooting a bow, this is by far the best bow I've ever owned. I absolutely love this thing. I had a Matthews, whatever, I don't remember the Matthews. I still have another Matthews. I love that bow. I've had it for, I think I got it in 2004, and this is the 3rd season I've hunted with this bow. And well, so I went and got another Matthews. I don't remember what it was. It's the one that came out season before last. It was the one that came out the same time this bow did, and I did not like it. I know a lot of people love Matthews, but man, too heavy and way too aggressive. Plenty fine on the range, standing out in the yard, you know, plinking arrows, shooting bag target, but awful when you're up in a tree at some weird angle. It's a wonder I didn't tear my bicep pulling the thing back. It was like, it felt like 70 pounds until the last 1/4 inch, and then it just drops off. And then the bow itself was ungodly heavy, which I do not like. I mean, maybe it's great for target shooting, but I'm most of the time shooting under 20 yards. I mean, the places, most of the places I hunt is, my longest shot is 20 yards. I mean, it's usually thickets. And a little later it gets in the year, the thicker places I go, because all the, you know, as far as twigs and trees go, because all the green leaves have come off everything. So it seems like the deer go towards the hedge and cedar thickets, or whatever they can find for cover. But I drilled holes in this thing, put spike nails in it, and maybe people would say don't do that to a tree, but I really don't care if it kills this thing. It's a poplar that I don't mind. Like I say, I don't mind if it kills it or not. I got too many poplars around here. If it kills it, then it'll be used as firewood. But I had it to do over again, which I'm going to use these until they finally bend all the way on me. I would not use these spike nails. I would use grade 8 3/8 bolts. Drill the holes and then put those bolts in here, because these things do bend. So I'm being so slow with it. I have to hold on to it, keep my feet right next to the edge of it, because they will bend if you go out to the end of them. And how far they'll bend before they break, I don't know. I don't want to find out. So I've already got my tether up here. This is tethered. It's a platform, their platform strap, which is rated at some crazy 5,000 pounds or something. I believe it's like 2,000 pounds, but you get it's like a lot more than what I weigh. So I'll get settled in here. Get the target practicing. I'll spare you all this getting ready. So here I am, ready to shoot, and I was going to shoot some close, right under the tree shots. I did that the other day. It's like, and I finally found the right position that I need to get in to make those shots out of the saddle. But as you can see, I hope the camera's on the target. It looks like it's a lot farther than it did there on the ground, and it is a lot farther line of sight, but you still want to, you know, use your 20-yard pin. But I was I'm not going to shoot any close shots like that. Maybe tomorrow give it a shot, but this is the first. I'm trying to start using a, I guess you call them a T-handle release. This is the Fang. I don't know who makes Fang. I want to say True Ball, but Fang 4. And trying to switch over to this release, which I have, you know, to resist punching the trigger so bad as I do. I get target panic really bad. It's plagued me ever since I've been bow hunting, shooting a bow. But I was wanting to, this is the first time I've ever shot out of a tree with this release, so we'll see. And right now I'm not liking it too much, because if there was a deer close by and I I'm just about to shoot. That would have been bad. But so here it goes. We'll see, hopefully. But watch out. I don't want to shoot my girlfriend and son. So here it goes. Shot number one. That felt really good. Looked like I hit right in the X, but it felt really good as far as how I was holding it. I mean, the way as solid as it felt with this release. But I'm still kind of a little bit leery of this hookup on it. I couldn't be fumbling like that, because I mean, sometimes you have seconds before you don't see a deer to there's one, especially in the rut, so there's one right under you. Let's see. Well, it's like a lot better group than what I had with my trigger release. You can still see that my fingers are weak from never using one of these releases. It's always, you know, don't really use your fingers, you use your wrist with a wrist strap type release, obviously. Shot number 3. Yeah. Seems like I'm hitting a little high, but I think the arrow is actually hitting, and then, you know, how you can see the knock, but I think it's just kind of turned up. I think I'm actually hitting right in the X, maybe just a little bit high. That one was just about an inch high. See, I just hit the same arrow. I probably should not aim at that one anymore. So that's definitely better groups. Hopefully I did not mess up my arrow. Things. Shot 5. Now that one's right in there. Definitely more accurate with this release than my wrist strap. Very much less likely to punch the trigger. For sure. Use back tension. Ooh. Now that one was bad. That one was, see, I got nervous. That's good though. I got nervous because that target, that X, was right on the edge. And I thought, man, if I miss it, my arrow's gonna be basically going into the foundation of my house, which equals a toasted arrow. But that's good pressure. Let's see what this sort of the arrow 7. See, I think that one was right in there. See, I hardly ever shoot a deer farther than this. 30's my max, really. That, not the max that I'll take a shot, but it's basically the max that I shot very few deer at 30 yards. Most are 20 and under. Last shot, number 8. That one was good. Dead center of the X. So that's it for this evening's practice, and try to do this every evening, you know, until bow season gets here. And I'm actually going to switch from X's to straight out of what John Eberhart recommends, is just shooting silhouettes, you know, like a torso of a deer, which is just like not dots or X's. I want to try to maybe make a target of just a silhouette of the side of a deer and shoot that tomorrow. So, because as I say, deer don't have dots on them, and it'll get you more. I think I've never done that, so we'll see how it goes. But you know, supposedly get you primed to shoot at that animal, get used to hitting the animal where you're supposed to, not just being accurate with your bow, but accurate in not where you hit, but where you actually, what you actually aim at on a deer. So sometimes, you know, I basically just aim dead center at the opposite leg is usually how I always go for, and that's typically you'll catch the heart if you hit that. If you're accurate with that shot, most of the time you'll catch a heart somewhere, if not the top arteries that's coming out of the heart when you do that. So that's what where I always aim, dead center, try to hit the opposite leg, like I'm aiming at the opposite leg, the leg on the back side of the deer. And a lot of times I'll hit that leg and break it, or you know, or just hit it and stop the arrow. So anyhow, I'm rambling on, and that's today's practice. Thought I'd show you something that I hopefully be helping me this season with my shooting. Anyway, have a good one. Bye. Said I was gone, but I thought I would see where I'm actually hitting, show y'all where I hit. That's the 2 that I hit. See, I didn't hit as good as I thought. Shot high and to the right. This one, dead center of the X. That's a good one. That one's the one I shot a little off. These two pretty good. I don't know why. Both of them was in the X. But all would have been dead deer for sure. Plenty enough to hit, to all would have been kill shots. So, and that's what makes me think of what a traditional archer that I was listening to on podcast the other day, he was saying, he said people today, which I wholeheartedly agree with him, he said bow hunters today have bow hunting and target shooting mixed up. He said target shooting is about trying to hit something as far as possible, to where he said bow hunting was trying to get as close as possible to an animal. And I wholeheartedly agree with, that's the way that I have seen, when I said the bow I did have is so heavy, that's the way I have been seeing bows morph here lately, that they're essentially camouflage target bows, and the sights that people have on them, target sights, target release, and that's where everybody, when I made the post, I said that bows lack kill ability. They have shoot ability, but they lack kill ability, and nobody knew what I was talking about. And I was like, so they have the ability to where you can kill that animal when you're up in a tree and you're not just hitting a dot at 60 yards, you know, standing on flat ground in a yard, you know, to where you have to carry that bow. You have to be able to draw it back without being seen, and you might have to be able to hold it for, I had on a video of where I shot a deer last year. I held the thing for 2 minutes because the deer was staring straight at me. As soon as I drew back, it saw me move, and for 2 minutes I had to hold this bow and make the shot. And or I don't think I did make the shot. I think I held it for 2 minutes and then had to let down. But anyhow, you'll have to let down sometimes. So that's what, I don't know why I got into that, but that's when he said that how he felt that target shooting and bow hunting was getting mixed up between the two right now. But that's it for this evening. Thank you.